Taggy, what are your first thoughts on winning that match?
Unbelievable, Shane. Look, it was just, I suppose we talked later on about it, but it was just a real Kilkenny performance. Heart, grit, intensity, determination. We said Kilkenny needed a good start. They got off to a brilliant start. They hit their half, the Limerick half forward line, knocked them off their pace. Now eventually Limerick did get into it. They pulled back Keane Lynch into the backs, dropped back their half forward line. But even when Limerick came at him, Kilkenny just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. Now, as well as that, there was obviously a lot of mistakes from Limerick. They dribbled an awful lot of wides. I don't know what the stats on them, Shane, were, but
I think they had 15 or 16
yeah,
wides,
dribbled a lot of wides. Probably shot themselves in the foot a small bit, but just that intensity from Kilkenny was just unbelievable.
Where does that rate in terms of Cody's achievements? Because this is supposed to be a team in transition.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I was thinking about that coming out. I said it's definitely up there with the top one or two achievements. This team, and myself included, I put my hand up. I said they were an average team at the start of the year, and Gordy has just built this mantra and built this culture in Kilkenny that when Kilkenny are in big tight matches, anything is possible. And to pull the players out that he did, Adrian Mullen just threw him in from Ballyhale into wing forward, slotted in like nothing at all. I suppose Richie Hogan coming back to a bit of form, even though he's taken off today. TJ is still massive for Kilkenny, don't get me wrong, but still to get that bond together and get that belief into these players is just phenomenal. That comes from Brian Cody.
But all the leaders that you have for Limerick, Declan Hannon went off at half time, and I suppose at the moment we don't know whether that was injury or otherwise, but whatever way Kilkenny were using the ball, he was absolutely out of the game altogether. Keane Lynch locked down by Conor Brown to a fair degree. Rod Hegarty never felt the weight of the ball for, I'd say, most of the time he was on there. All the leaders were shut down.
Absolutely, yeah, and we talked about it beforehand, hammer to hammer. The half forward line, Hegarty, Kyle Hayes, Morrissey and Keane Lynch, they are the four main players that keep Limerick ticking over. And in fairness to Kilkenny, they dropped back, they hit them hard. Conor Brown man marking, Keane Lynch wasn't on the ball a whole lot. Declan Hannon going off, serious. Yeah. Even though the 21
Barry Nash did well, didn't he?
Unbelievable when he came in, did really well. But still, Declan Hannon's a leader, and they really just closed him down and just stopped them from their own game plan, Shane, and upset them. And I think Limerick probably haven't been hit like that last year either, if you think about it, in the Galway All-Ireland either.
Yeah, would you say from a Limerick point of view, the 4-week layoff from Munster, did that affect them? I tend to not give that sort of excuse to the team, but it's the second time it's happened to them this year as well, with the Cork game as well.
Yeah, I think there might be a slight bit of truth in that. In the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, Kilkenny were on fire. And I suppose that was from the more game time they had. Limerick did have the little bit of break, but still when Limerick came into it, Kilkenny just got to grips with them, and it was just that belief and never say die attitude. And Limerick panicked a bit. They did. They went long when it's not their game plan. They were overturned. They were trying to run out of defence, and it was just overturned. And look, it's cliche. It came down to intensity, work rate, hard work. That's what you're going to be hearing in the papers tomorrow, and a total spirit brought in by Brian Cody into that Kilkenny team. And Kilkenny being an underdog, how could you not go against them? Like they relish these games when they're an underdog. Beating the All-Ireland champions, that's the best out of Kilkenny teams.
What about Hugh Lawler? Because he was under pressure at times in the first half. Good ball going in. It's very hard to stop Aaron Gillan, but he was using all the dark arts out there, which for a guy who's in his first real season, very impressive to win some really hard balls as the game went on.
Yeah, definitely. Like, we're all saying who's going to mark Gillan. Was Hugh Lawler too green, for it? But no, absolutely, he's after growing into that full-back role, and he's playing very well for his club of Loughlin's, but out there is a different kettle of fish. And Kilkenny have the dark arts of hurling, as every team do. He was holding Glan a little bit. Glan was giving out. He got a free here and there. But look, that's hurling. That's Kilkenny style. It's tough. It's a warrior sport. And you're not going to back down in the semi-final.
Harsh penalty, did you think for?
I thought so. Look, I didn't see the replay. Yeah. It looked harsh. I looked down. Deegan came over top. Is it given 50-50? I'm not so sure. And look, don't want to talk about the ref, but in my opinion, he was leaning towards Limerick. There was a lot of times maybe Colin Fennelly, TJ Reid being pulled and dragged, and down the other end he gave him, and maybe I'm just being biased, maybe I'm just being Kilkenny.
You're being biased, alright.
I just feel he was a little bit towards Limerick's side.
And Kilkenny now back in an All-Ireland final. Actually, we were talking earlier today, this is now the 19th semi-final. He's only lost 2 of them and drawn 1. It's outrageous record.
It's a phenomenal record. He's in the job 20 years, to come back every year, to give that hunger. I read an article, Eddie Brennan there, he was saying in 20 years he's definitely not going to be doing that. And you talk about managers, to come back with the same appetite every year, year in, year out, and 19th semi-final, losing 2. It's crazy. The man just loves hurling. You know?
And as we're talking, the Wexford tip game hasn't happened yet, but Kilkenny in an All-Ireland final now, there's a fair chance they will go in as favourites again after being underdogs in the semi-final.
They will. I think the winners of today will possibly go on and win the All-Ireland. You heard it here first, Shane.
Yeah.
But I was feeling today, whether it be Limerick, obviously now it's Kilkenny, I think they win the All-Ireland, and they're going in as favourites, and you know they've had the favourites tag a lot of times, and I suppose the fact that they were underdogs coming into this game and now they're favourites, it doesn't really, you know, if they're favourites all year long it might be different, but now they're just favourites because they bet Limerick, and I don't think that'll seep into the players too much.
Congrats and enjoy.
Thank you, Shane. I will.